you've gone like, right, there's a lot more to this. And
you hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the head. Like, one of my favorite quotes is from a guy called Le Corbusier. He was a pioneer of modern architecture, and he, I'm not trying to impress you with the name. I just randomly came across it the other day. But and then I'll get to the point, but because it's a really, really basic, simple one, but I think it's so true. And it's like, he had a quote. He was a pioneer of modern architecture. Designed some of the world's most famous buildings and stuff. And when he described and talked about a house, his quote was, "A house is a machine for living in." So when you think this was a pioneer, leader in their craft and field, everyone looks up to this person. But yet that description of a house, a machine for living in, a bath is a machine to get clean, a room is a machine to regenerate and sleep. Like, it couldn't be further from the truth when we move on, not even 100 years. So the whole concept of what sport is right now, that's not fixed. That's going to change. In the future, you'll look back and it's like, a house is not a machine for living in now, but yet at one time that was the thing. So that also fascinates me, like the whole concept of sport, what it is, what it serves, who it serves, why we do it, what purpose it has. Like, what is it? Because in the future, and again, this goes back to the agency thinking, like strategies of trajectory, like not trying to predict the future, because no one can do that. Like, people try, they've always tried, and they're always wrong mostly. So like, it's that idea of what's that point on the horizon that we're most likely moving towards. Where is it? And then based off of that, figure out what it is you can be doing right now in your organization or as a person, as an individual, to best set you up for success in that future. But doing that completely knowing in the back of your mind that, it's not fixed. That's going to change next week, next year, 2 years, 20 years. Like, and it's so topical now, the questions people are asking now more broadly in society about race, about diversity, all these things. Like, humans they always want to fix the thing, fix something, right? It's like, oh, this is, but the thing is that people have always done that. Like, 50 years ago, we think about what was happening back then in some instances. It's like, we're like, wow, how was that like fine? But at the time, what it was. So in that same vein, like 50, 100 years from now, people will look back at what we think we're so smart, fixing everything now. People will look back in time and be like, what were they doing? But you have to accept it. Like, it's that. So it's that acceptance that don't have the answers. You can't fix anything really. But to your point, Simon, but how can you move it along? What's your vision for the future, that the way things should be, or the way sport or things, whatever it is, your niche or whatever sector you're working in and what you're doing, how can you move it along, and where are you moving it to, and what role are you playing in that? That's kind of what drives everything. And it gets a bit deep, but I just, that's what drives a lot of the thinking around